Hello everyone and welcome to my new series, Side Hustle Secrets. If you're new to my channel, then welcome to the Performing Arts and me. My name is Millie and I'm an actor and musical theatre performer, but as we all know, those are kind of unstable industries. So I'm taking on several side hustles in order to support myself when I don't have an acting and performing job. And I decided to create this series to show that it is possible to make an income as an actor and performer if you take on side hustles, and help you find side hustles that would work best for you. So welcome to episode 1, subscribe so that you don't miss the other episodes. I will have one episode for this series every month, and with all that being said, let's get started for today's episode. Okay, so the side hustle that we're talking about today is Pilates instructor. So I'm not a Pilates instructor yet. So I'm currently training to be a Pilates instructor. I'm doing a level 3 course, and by the end of that I will, assuming I pass everything, be qualified to teach mat Pilates. Today I'm going to be showing you what a week in my life looks like training as a mat Pilates instructor, and I'm also going to be talking a little bit about the course and how it works. So let's get started. Hello everyone, it is now Wednesday. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the course that I'm doing. So as you'll have seen in the last clip, I can do some of my preparation for the course, like when I'm on the train, for example. So the course that I'm doing is a mat Pilates qualification, as I said, and there's a lot of studying that is done kind of independently. So I was sent some textbooks, and I can also access the textbooks online, which is why I had my iPad out in the clips on the train, which is really helpful because it means I can take my iPad when I'm commuting into London, which I'm doing quite a lot at the moment for classes and things. So I can take my iPad with me, and on the train I can do some reading. There's also videos. There's lots of different sections to this qualification, but I'm currently looking at the actual Pilates exercises. So I have a manual with descriptions of the exercises and how to teach them and stuff. And then there's also videos of demonstrations of that. So that's what I was doing on the train, and also when I was waiting for my tumbling class yesterday, looking at the exercises in the books and on the videos. I've got one more exercise of those to look at today, and then I've also got one more video that I want to watch today, which I think is an entire Pilates lesson, as in a demo lesson. There's also more sections in the manual that I could look at if I have the time, but the reason I'm trying to cram all these exercises in is tomorrow and Friday I have the first 2 live virtual days of my qualification. So I'm doing a live virtual qualification, which means that I don't have to go anywhere to complete the qualification. I can do it all from home, except I'm also supposed to be going to Pilates classes, just local Pilates classes as well, twice a week. But in terms of the studying, I can do that all from home. So I have 2 days, Thursday and Friday this week, that are on Zoom, and I have 2 in 2 weeks' time, also on a Thursday and a Friday, which are on Zoom. So up until this point, everything I've been doing has been distance learning based. Apart from going to Pilates classes, they recommend you go to 2 Pilates classes a week, which I haven't quite been managing. I've been managing 1 a week for most of the time. I haven't been to any this week, and I probably won't have time to, because the classes that I've found are on a Monday evening, and I had an acting workshop on Monday evening and on a Friday lunchtime, and I'm on the course on Friday. So I probably won't be going to any this week. But yeah, that's a little update for you. So I'm currently on the train, and I'm just gonna watch that Pilates video that I was talking about earlier. Actually, just remember first I need to do that little exercise, and then I'll look at the video of the lesson. Hello, it's now Thursday. Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. And I've just finished my first day of the online training. So we finished a couple of minutes early, so it's just 5 sessions from 9 till 5. We had a lunch break and some breaks in between. We did a mix of practical and theory stuff. We were taught some things kind of lecture style. And then we also did a lot of us on the mats doing the exercises and trying out the different modifications, and also talking about the assessment. And we were specifically told not to do any more Pilates studying this evening, and I'll check in with you tomorrow, just on my lunch break on day 2. Hello, so I've just finished my Pilates course, well, this section of the course, that is, I haven't finished the whole course. Just deflating my ball here, don't mind me. I just thought I'd talk a little bit about why I decided to do a Pilates instructor course, as this is a series about side hustles. So the reason I chose Pilates was because A, I can manage my own time. If I'm a freelance Pilates instructor, I can take time off to go to auditions whenever I like, because I'm in charge of my own schedule. Obviously I might join somewhere to teach, but I can find cover and stuff for my classes, so it's a little bit more flexible than a 9 to 5 job. I also think it'll be something that's fairly lucrative, so I should be able to make an income off it. And also it's something that will support my dance training, because I'm a very mobile person, and thinking about alignment is something I need to do, otherwise I won't be in alignment when I'm dancing. So I think doing Pilates instructor training is A, refreshing and expanding my knowledge of my body and my alignment, but also it will mean that I can keep practicing that over time. So that's why I chose to train as a Pilates instructor. Just quickly, so today we finished off looking at the main exercises, and we did a bit more teaching practice. So we went into like breakout rooms on Zoom and practice teaching, which we also did some of yesterday. And then we also looked at PowerPoint and had a go at doing some opening and closing phase exercises, so some warm up and cool down exercises. That is it for today's update, and I'll speak to you another time. Hello everyone, it's now Monday. As you probably saw, I did a bit of studying on the train yesterday, which was just reading. On Saturday, I wasn't intending to do anything Pilates related on Saturday because we'd had the 2 days of the course on Thursday and Friday, but I ended up doing a bit of goal planning in general, and obviously Pilates came into that, so I ended up doing a little bit of like planning of when I wanted to get certain things done, and I've just done a slightly more detailed version of that because today I have a call with my support tutor. So basically, as well as the online materials we also have a support tutor, and we can book in for call sessions with them. I started off doing them once a week and then went to once every 2 weeks. So I've got a call booked with her later. So I wanted to like look over what assessments and stuff I actually have to get done and make a rough plan so that I could ask her any questions I had on the call. Currently on the train, I'm just going to do a bit more Pilates reading. Hello, it's now Wednesday and I was supposed to finish this vlog on Monday. So I'm doing really well with that. In fact, I was actually supposed to do the vlog Monday to Sunday, but I didn't start vlogging on Monday. So then I was like, well, I'll do Tuesday to Monday, and it's now Wednesday and I'm still finishing off the vlog. So as I think I vlogged, I did a little bit of Pilates studying on Monday. And before I wrapped up this vlog, I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I chose to do this particular live virtual qualification rather than the in-person qualification, just to give you a little bit more insight into the actual how I'm training as a Pilates instructor, because I thought it might be interesting. So I chose to do a live virtual course, which means I have the online work and then I have 2 sets of 2 days of on Zoom classes. I have some workbooks, worksheets and plans, stuff to submit online, and I also have to submit a video of myself teaching a Pilates class and do some kind of over the phone assessment, which I think is quite brief. I'm not entirely sure about all of the details of the assessments. I think we're going to hear a little bit more about the details of some of the assessments in the next live virtual sessions. The reason I chose to do live virtual is because I thought it would give me more flexibility in terms of when and how I completed the course. Like if I booked a job or something, then I could kind of move stuff around a bit more and do things at my own pace. However, although I haven't signed up for the in-person version, so I don't know, I don't think there's that much difference. I think the in-person version means you have 3 sets of 2 days in person, and I think the rest of it is done kind of online as well. So I don't think it's actually that different. I think there are advantages and disadvantages to both because I have a little bit more flexibility in terms of, for example, if I do the teaching the Pilates class assessment and it doesn't go well, then I can just do it again and just submit the second video. And it also has the advantage of meaning I didn't need to commute anywhere, which would probably have been to London to do the in-person sessions, and they are 9 till 5, so it's quite a lot of, like, it's quite a long day, so it's nice to not have the commute on top of that. But it did mean that we couldn't get like physical corrections that you might get in a class because we were on Zoom. And I find those quite helpful because my proprioception is not great. However, it was really interesting to see how Pilates could be taught over Zoom, because that is something I might end up doing, so it was nice to have that insight. So there's pros and cons to both, but I just wanted to share a little bit about my experience with that. Obviously, as I said, I haven't chosen the in-person version, so I don't know that all of that is correct. And I think we're going to find out a little bit more about the assessments in my second set of live virtual days. So I don't know that all of my understanding of the assessments is correct either at the moment, but I just wanted to share that with you. Anyway, that is everything for today's vlog. I'm sorry it hasn't been the best vlog, but I will try and make my next side hustle secrets video a little bit better. If you've enjoyed the video, then please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!